Welcome to my channel Tech Savvy. Today we are going to learn about Jenkins as mentioned on the screen. Hope you will enjoy this video and found it useful. Here is today's agenda. First we start with little basic on DevOps, under which we will discuss about what is DevOps, DevOps phases and stages. Then we will slowly move to continuous integration part, and then we will discuss about Jenkins tool along with the small demo. So what is DevOps? Nowadays, DevOps is a culture. All companies are looking for DevOps. DevOps is the highest paid technology all over the world. There are very less people in the market who knows about DevOps. DevOps is the most trending and futuristic trend of all the upcoming technologies. DevOps made software development life cycle very easy and smooth. End goal of DevOps is to bring automation and avoid conflict between the developer team and operation team. So, DevOps is methodology that allow a single team to manage the entire application development life cycle, that is development, testing, deployment, operation and so on. The objective of DevOps is to shorten the SDLC, that is software development life cycle, and it is a software development approach through which we can develop software quickly with high superior qualities. So next is phases of DevOps. There are total 8 phases of DevOps: plan, code, build, test, release, deploy, operate and monitor. Each and every phase of DevOps is having list of tools available. Like you can see on screen, code phase have a Git, Jira, Confluence. Build is having a Maven. Test is having Selenium, JUnit. Release is having Jenkins, CodeShip. Deploy is having a Docker, AWS. Chef is having a Chef, Ansible, Kubernetes. And monitoring is having Nagios, Splunk and Datadog. There are many more tools are also available in the market in each phase. So don't worry, it is not mandatory to read all the tools to learn DevOps, as DevOps is infinity and it is very difficult to learn all the tools, though it is not impossible. But as per me, it is not important to learn number of tools, as you can be the master of one and jack of all. Choice is yours. As per me, it is important to understand the concept and need of each phase. Then learning tool will be very easy for you. Like you need to understand what happened in build phase, monitor phase, deploy phase, code phase, test phase, release phase, rather than learning number of tools in each phase. Just you need to focus on the fundamentals. Now, next is stages of DevOps. There are various stages present in DevOps. Some of them you can see on the screen, like continuous deployment, continuous delivery, continuous integration, continuous monitoring, continuous testing, and continuous feedback. There are so many stages DevOps is having, but if you notice, one thing is common, that is continuous word in each phase. In DevOps, to bring automation, everything is done in continuation. So this high level overview of DevOps is to give you an idea where Jenkins come in DevOps. So as we have just read about stages of DevOps, in which one stage we have seen is continuous integration. So this is the high level overview of DevOps which we have just seen, just to give you the brief idea about the DevOps. Now, as we have seen in the previous slides, and you will now understood that where Jenkins come into the DevOps. So as we have just read about the stages of DevOps, in which we have read one stage which is continuous integration. So there might be a chance you will thinking that what is this continuous integration. So continuous integration is a development practice that require developer to integrate a code, a central repository on a daily basis. So developer push their code into the Git repository, and that is a central repository from where the Jenkins will pick up the code and the further process will be started, which we are going to discuss in upcoming slides. And the pushing of the code, it will be in the continuation form. It is like when they will develop 1 or 2 lines of code or hundreds of lines of the code, they have to follow the practice just to push the code into the central repository in continuous manner, so that the continuous integration will be take place by Jenkins. So in each check-ins is validated by an automated build, automated unit integration and acceptance testing. Taking the code, packing it up and giving it to for CD process is known as continuous integration. So, life before Jenkins and after Jenkins. Before Jenkins, SDLC process is having lots of issues like slow release, manual build, work repeatable, no automation, lots of dependencies. But after Jenkins, everything is very smooth and automated. Just one click and you are automating whole software development end to end. So life after Jenkins is you are able to automate your build, test, CICD pipelines, deployment, ability to install Jenkins locally, Jenkins support and plugins. These are the some of the benefits which Jenkins bring when we were facing lot of issues in the manual build and work repeatability and lots many which we have discussed. So now as we have a brief idea about DevOps and CI process, we can correlate what Jenkins is. Yes, I hope you all are also thinking Jenkins is CI tool. So people says Jenkins is CI/CD tool, but which is not 100% correct, because Jenkins helps in deployment. We need to integrate deployment stage. We can integrate IAC tool to deploy for deployment and so on. But let's just focus for CI part today, which is more focused area of this video. So I would say Jenkins is CI tool. Now, what is Jenkins? Jenkins is a self-contained open source automation server which can be used to automate all sort of tasks related to building, testing and delivery or deploying software. There are lots of advantages of Jenkins are like lots of plugins are available. We can write our own plugins. You can use community plugins. There may be a question come in your mind about what is plugin. Don't worry, just hold for a while. We will discuss about plugins in upcoming slide. So the next advantages are Jenkins is not a tool, it's a framework. All you need is plugin. Why it is called as a framework? You can design your own plugin. You can customize Jenkins as per your need. So Jenkins architecture is master slave architecture. Master slave architecture, it is like manager and employee thing. The way manager manage employees, similarly master manage all the Jenkins slave, which slave will work on which pipeline. Jenkins also cron server replacement or scheduled task. Cron server replacement is we can schedule a task using a cron job expression. It create labels. Labels is nothing but it is like giving a name or giving a ID to your slave machine and use that label in your pipeline to tell Jenkins or to indicate that which pipeline will be run by which slave machine. So Jenkins is one of the most popular automation tool used worldwide for CI and CD. All the things which we have discussed, we will explore in detail when we will do the practical demo. Okay, so some of you may be thinking about why Jenkins, why not other tools? What benefit Jenkins give? If there is lots of tools available in the market, then why we are using Jenkins? So don't worry, I will give all the information in this slide only. Jenkins is open source project written in Java that run on Windows, Mac or any other Unix like operating system. It is free, community supported and might be your first choice of tool for CI. So why Jenkins? Because see, first thing is it is open source. Hundreds of the plugins are available, master slave architecture and rich documentation. These are some of the basic or normal benefits. So Jenkins is free, and as we Indians are very fond of with free things, our job is done in one click with zero cost. Exciting, isn't it? Great. Paid enterprise support service or service manager thing is also available with Jenkins, but it is like very rare case people use this paid and enterprise version of the Jenkins, because most of the thing is already covered in the free version and our job is done with the free, so no one would like to go and pay some extra cost just for the just for the taking extra facilities. Support with all the operating system, as I mentioned above, Windows, Mac, Unix, any operating system, it is supportable. If you will install Jenkins into the Windows, Mac or Unix, but the dashboard will be remain same. While looking at dashboard, no one can identify that this Jenkins server is running on which machine. Jenkins automate the entire software development lifecycle. So this is the workflow of Jenkins. How Jenkins work, we will explore in this slide, little in depth. But before that, did you notice the logo of Jenkins? This one, that is butler. Like we go in the restaurant, we order a choice of food like Chinese, South Indian, Punjabi. We sit at our seat and we order the food to the waiter. Please bring this food for us. Waiter will go to each counter and bring the food for us. Like same way, Jenkins perform tasks for each phase. It integrate with each phase and perform the task. Just like in the image, as soon as developer pushed the code in Git repo, Jenkins started its working automatically. Jenkins pull the code and store into the Jenkins workspace, and the automatically Maven will call by Jenkins and build is started. Once the build is completed, then Jenkins move for executing test cases. Then they move for SonarQube for code analysis and code quality check. Then they move for deployment or development or delivery of artifacts. This is how Jenkins work. Now since long we were waiting for plugin. Plugin is like a cable or a charger which we use almost daily to charge our mobile phone. We need to plug in the charger to charge the phone. Likewise, Jenkins need plugin to interact with each tool and perform the task automatically. Plugin extend the functionality and capability of Jenkins to make it suitable for all user specific need. Plugin can be downloaded from online Jenkins plugin repository and loaded using the Jenkins Web UI or CLI. Currently, Jenkins community claim over 1500 plugins available for a wide range of users. Plugins are a way to connect with Jenkins to other systems. So this slide is about Jenkins pipeline. Jenkins pipeline is a suite of plugins which support implementing and integrating continuous delivery pipeline into Jenkins. There are two types of pipelines are available. First one is scripted and second one is declarative pipeline. So this is like a basic structure. I have kept this image which will show you the basic idea about how pipeline will work. Development is happen in this side and the production happen this side, and this is the whole workflow of the Jenkins pipeline. Okay, so let's move for the small demo how Jenkins function and how to install Jenkins. So this is my EC2 dashboard where I will create one Ubuntu machine for installing Jenkins. Okay, let me launch the instance. I will give name to this machine as Jenkins server. I will select Ubuntu and let me select Ubuntu 20 version, T2 micro. Right now I am just taking free tier eligible version only. Let me create a new key pair, Jenkins demo, and I will use putty this time, so I will generate ppk file, create key, keeping all the things default, and let me select my default security group which I have configured for myself with all the ports open, launch instance. Okay, our instance is launching. Okay, so in the meantime, when my instance is getting ready, let me show you one thing. See, just go to jenkins.io. This is the official website which is maintained by Jenkins, and it is having a complete information, and Jenkins is having a very rich documentation. You can find each and every detail here. So today we are going to follow in this documentation, that is installing Jenkins, and we are installing Jenkins on Linux machine. So I will click on Linux machine, and under this section you will see under Linux section you can install Jenkins in Debian, Fedora, Red Hat, any of the flavor of Linux machine. There are small prerequisite which we need to follow, like your system should have 256 MB of RAM, 1 GB of disk space, 10 GB recommended for the Docker containers, and there are some prerequisite software. That is the only software, or I would say only thing which is required mandatorily. The Java should be installed in your machine, because the Jenkins itself is designed in Java. So the Java should be installed in your machine so that the Jenkins will start functioning properly. In this page only you will find the steps how to install Java, and today we are going to follow this step to install Java and these steps for installing Jenkins. Okay, let me refresh the page. Okay, so my Jenkins server machine is ready. Let me open the putty and let me log in into this machine to start working further. Jenkins demo, open. Okay, accept. Okay, as it is Ubuntu machine. Okay, let me increase some font size so that you can see it clearly. Okay, let me keep it 14. Apply. Okay, so before starting anything, just update the machine first. Sudo apt get update -y. Okay, our machine is updated. Now just go to the steps. First we will install the Java. As machine just now we have updated, so no need to update it again. Just go and install the Java with this command. I will keep -y also. Okay, it is installing. Okay, Java has been installed. Let's check the version. Sorry, I have done some small typo here. Change Java. Okay. Okay, see, Java has been installed successfully. Now next we will follow these 3 steps for installing Jenkins. So first I will copy this command which will help us to download the keyring for Jenkins. Okay, and now this the Debian package. Just type enter. Okay, now just update the server once again so that the Jenkins related package has been downloaded properly. See, it has get all the Jenkins related packages. Now go and install the Jenkins -y. Okay, Jenkins is installed. So to check whether it is installed correctly or not, just copy the public IP address and go to the browser and type 8080 as a port number. 8080 is the Jenkins default port number. So we need to attach with IP address and click on enter. See, so Jenkins is successfully installed, but to unlock it, we need to get the password. So for default password path is this. Just go and type cat here and type this and enter. Okay, it is saying permission denied, so just type sudo su and then do the cat and see. So this is the password. Just copy and paste it here and continue. Never. Okay. See, there are two types of customization of Jenkins has been done. First one is installing a default plugin, which is like most useful plugins which people have used. So Jenkins has created one particular section where we can install the default or most used plugins, and but there is another section where you can install Jenkins blank without any software. In that case, you need to go and explicitly install some of the software which is required to run the Jenkins, or it is like a git is required for everyone just to pull the code. So if you will select this particular option, install suggested plugin, git will automatically install, but in this case you need to install git explicitly. So I'm selecting first one, and see, there are some default like a gradle, timestamp, pipeline, git lab, email extension, ssh, mailer. These are some of the default plugins which is installing. Okay, now you need to create your administrator account here. So just give name as a, I will name it as a DevOps admin, or I will keep it as an admin only right now, and I will set the password admin. Now here I will give the full name as DevOps admin, and I will give any mail ID, my done email ID, wsdemo@gmail.com. Save and continue. Okay, so this is the instant URL which you will going to use for accessing this Jenkins. Here, save and finish. Okay, Jenkins is ready. Start using Jenkins. So this is our Jenkins dashboard where we are going to explore so many things and so many options in the Jenkins in upcoming videos. But today I just wanted to show you the small demo, how to create a Jenkins server, how to install Jenkins and how to configure it. If you have any query, any doubt, if you found any step difficult, just let me know. Just comment in the comment section. I would love to answer your questions. The more you ask, the more I will get the confidence in myself to creating a new video for yourself and for myself. It is benefiting for me and for you, both of us. So that's it about today's presentation on Jenkins. Just brief information about DevOps, continuous integration. Just stay tuned with my channel and provide your support. Subscribe my channel and share as much as you can if you found my videos effective. If you give me a comment or a feedback, I will take and try to improve more. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe my channel.